Ladies. The Beach Suburban Republican Women's Club was very pleased this year to offer a young lady. She came and asked us, she wanted to go to a leadership conference in Washington, D.C., and would we be willing to provide her with some sponsorship? And we did so gladly, and her condition was she had to come speak at this event. And I'm very pleased to introduce from Princess Anne High School, Christa.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank the local Republican Women's Clubs for this speaking opportunity, and a special thanks to the Beach Suburban Republican Women's Club for their sponsorship and support of my pursuit of attendance at the National Young Leaders Conference in Washington, D.C. earlier this summer. NYLC is a program that holds conferences for high school students from all corners of the country. The particular one I attended focused on our nation's political process and the government, which was a very fitting topic for me, seeing that I'm a young Republican woman and aspiring politician. Within the 9 days I was there, I made some very good friends and did some very amazing things. I spent one-on-one time with members of Congress and senators, sat on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives, navigated the underground tunnels, rotunda, and surroundings of the Capitol building, visited the RNC, gained valuable information from some guest speakers, visited a plethora of museums and sites, and took part in several simulations and workshops. I was also elected to vice president during our I Were President simulation, where we simulated a very realistic executive branch ordeal concerning the fictional situation of the Smiling Pirates. During the week we were there, we also worked on our model Congress, a whole model Congress controlled by the 300-some students, the session of which took place at the end. And on a lighter note, we might have accomplished more in those 9 days than real Congress has all year. In this, I was elected to Republican leadership and had the opportunity to speak in front of my peers during the session. This list of what we did only scratches the surface of the wonderful experiences I had. NYLC especially highlighted the importance of youth being active in government and informed about current affairs and politics, which is something I'm certainly an advocate of, to say the least. It is ironic, because the preamble of the Constitution exhibits that the entire intent of the document is to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. However, an alarming amount of youth take no interest or concern in tomorrow's America, and the few that do struggle to have a voice among highly esteemed legislators and influential people. Many times, people my age are written off as too young, inexperienced, or immature to have a voice, and many times the sheer massiveness and complicatedness and admittedly all too common corruption of the political scene can be too overwhelming for those of us with minimal connections and influence. With those factors in mind, it is so imperative to remember that within 3 years' time, I, as well as the rest of my generation, will be voting, going to college, and I don't think I need to list the countless new ways that government and law will affect us. In 3 years, my generation will be responsible for the entire United States of America, and we will have power to choose our representation in government. It is important that we get involved now, and it can only work if we have adults, especially people in influential positions, who are truly concerned and listen to the younger generation. It is our God-given right to liberty, free speech, and our duty to keep our government working for us. And my generation must be the one to do that as we travel further down our path as a nation. All Americans must keep in mind that age is just a number, and does not equal maturity, knowledge, passion, or adequacy. It is true that amateurs built the Ark and professionals the Titanic. It is especially true that our country was formed and freed by novices, and designed so that each citizen could have a voice, if they so desired. We must preserve this idea, especially for the future leaders of America. I implore each citizen, regardless of age, to do everything to carry on this message, to the extent that every congressman, congresswoman, senator, governor, and other member of government realizes this. Youth to them should be more than just a demographic that they try to reach to on election day. It is very obvious that it is a selfish notion to not be concerned with the future of our nation or want better for our progeny than we have for ourselves. Therefore, people in position of influence should strive to create bonds with youth. As for those of us on the opposite end of that relationship, it is our job to keep informed. There is no need to reiterate why this is, but it is well known that knowledge is power, and it is my firm belief that this and a combination of cooperative government will lead to a more hopeful future and a better America. Thus, I am grateful for programs like NYLC and to people in our political community who understand the importance of an informed and active young populace. And it is my hope and request that everyone here tonight will reach out to young Republican women like myself and encourage the political youth community. Thank you.
I have faith in our